Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, my name is Evan Andrews and here on my channel we are talking everything creative from filmmaking to photography and even graphic design. Today is going to be a fun little short video all about lighting and more specifically simple 3-point lighting, Rembrandt lighting, whatever you really want to call it. We're going to learn that here today on my video. So if you are new here, make sure that you go and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out in the algorithm and helps me out in my everyday life. So I would really appreciate it if you guys could go like this video and subscribe right now. Today's video again is going to be all about lighting and a simple 3-point lighting setup that you can use yourself to do talking head style videos like most of what my videos are on this channel. So go take a look back at all of my videos, and if you like what you see, then come back to this video and you can kind of see what I do every Tuesday when I film my YouTube videos that involve a talking head style scene. So now I'm going to sit down, I'm going to get into the camera and kind of go through the lighting setup. I'm going to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes real quick, and then just how to do a simple 3-point lighting setup to get good quality video for talking head scenarios like most of my videos on the channel. So stay tuned and we're going to get into that right now. Alright guys, so as you can see, I kind of have everything flipped around and I'm behind the camera now, so I just want to run real quick on the setup and what I'm doing for this easy 3-point lighting technique that I'm going to show you today. So first thing we want to have is obviously our camera, and I'm doing talking head style, and so it's going to be right center frame, have a chair, camera right in front of the chair. For the lighting that you're going to need a key light or your main light, and today I'm using a newer brand 48 watt LED light with a softbox on it and reflector. So my fill or rim light that I'm using is just a simple ring light that actually is my wife's, and this ring light you can get them super cheap on Amazon or something. You could use something a little more higher end, but for the purposes of my fill and hair light for this video and what you'll see, I don't need something all that powerful, so I didn't want to construct and pull out all the bigger things that I have, like the panel lights and all that, so I'm just going to use this for today. And then we want to have a kind of third light for something to kind of fill up the background a little bit, and because I'm butted up against this corner spot in my living room, I don't have a lot to work with here, so I'm trying to create the most depth that I can, so that's why I'm kind of 45 degrees into the angle there, and I just have a simple table lamp here that I've kind of put in the spot that I want it to. And the video is going to throw you guys off because if you take a look at this is not an economical spot for this lamp. Like, I would never have a lamp right in the middle of my desk, but when you see it on camera, when everything is on and popping, it will look a lot better than maybe pushed all the way up against the wall like you would see it. The first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we cut off all of the lights that we do not want used, and for that case I'm going to shut my blinds all the way here. Always have them faced pointing up because the sun comes from up in the sky, and if they're pointing down then more of that light is going to leak in. So I've cut off what I can here. I do have one back light here in the kitchen that I do want to turn off, and now I'm going to jump into the camera and show you guys each individual light as it would look on the camera I'm shooting from. Alright, so now you guys are seeing me with all of the lights off, sitting in front of the camera with the blinds closed in the direction facing upward that I want. And as you can see, you can't see much of me. The details pretty much non-existent, and you can just see very little of the light remnants coming in from my window lighting. So the first one that I'm going to click on is going to be our main key light. And this key light we kind of want adjusted just off to the side of us at about a 45 degree angle pitched down. That's just recommended. You kind of adjust that to the look and the feel that you're going for. And for my purposes today, because I am shooting with a window that brings in a lot of light to my right or left to you guys, I placed my key light on this side just to kind of play off of that natural lighting that is coming through the window. We're gonna click that on now, and as you can see, it brightens up everything a lot here in the image. And as you notice, off to the side of me over here, there's a lot of dark shadows. It's just not a very pleasing image to look at. So we can kind of fill that in with what is our fill light. And the light that I'm using is the ring light that I mentioned previously, and it's kind of acting as a fill slash hairline light. It's kind of up and pitching down a little bit as to kind of pull me off of this background as much as I can while filling in a lot of the shadows over here that I want to fill in. So we're going to turn that one on here. And as you can see, it's a very subtle, but it actually does bring out a lot here in my shoulder area for most of it. Now this light, I do not believe, I think we can turn it up here. Yes, we can make it a little bit brighter, and I think I like that look. So what we're actually going for here, in combination with my main key light being up and pitched, and also my fill light doing somewhat of a similar thing, we want to cast a V-like shape on my side of my face here. And as you can see, let me turn this off again, we almost are getting it pretty good with just this main key light on. So I'm bringing out this area here with filling in some of the light. So that's kind of what we do to kind of light our subject and the speaker that we are using for these talking head style videos. So now what I want to do is I want to just accentuate this a little bit more and kind of light up my background to create depth and separation and not have everything kind of look so flat. So what I've done here is I have a lamp that I've kind of centered where I like it, here in the middle of the table. So what it's doing is it's putting some light up here onto the wall, which is scattering out throughout back here. The lamp here, as you can see, like I said earlier, if it was pushed back up against the wall here, we see what it's doing with the highlight at the very top, and it's just not very appealing or pleasing. So that's why I said it makes no sense to have it placed here in the middle of the table, but it's what works for a better image for our scene. So as you can see, with just 3 very simple lights, we can create a nice looking image here with a talking head style video. This is pretty much how most YouTubers will do it. Now the gear might range from something like a way more expensive key light or even a fill light and even background lights. You'd be surprised at what some people will go through to spend to just like kind of light up their background. But remember, again, it's all about working with what you have at your disposal. So with this very simple setup, you guys can also go out there and create these same style informative talking head videos for yourself or for potential clients, and give them great looking video in return for your skill set. So that's going to do it for my kind of simple lighting setup on how to do simple 3-point lighting to do these talking head style videos. If you like this video, please make sure that you go like it right now, subscribe to the channel if you did not at the beginning, and come back every Friday where we are talking everything creative from filmmaking to photography and even graphic design. So again, I appreciate you guys for watching, and until next Friday, peace out.